Nathaniel Bandy. Striving for originality.
Hey everyone, how's it going? As you can see, I got a new microphone. Cool. Anyway, let's get to this. So, Mario Maker is out, but what does that mean for the future of 2D Mario games? Are we just gonna see remakes of Mario Maker or just sequels to Mario Maker in the future? Or are we gonna see some actual original content coming after Mario Maker? Well, today I'd like to share some ideas that I have for a brand new Mario game and what could actually be done to make them a bit more interesting than what we usually see. First off, I think the biggest gimmick should be to have the ability to combine power-ups. Now imagine how cool that would be. What if you could combine like a fire flower and a propeller flower? If you could get both of those powers together, you could fly up into the air while like shooting out fireballs. That'd be really cool. Or what about even like the fire and ice ball? Maybe you could push two different buttons to throw a fireball and then an ice ball. Or what about maybe you could have the penguin suit and the propeller so you could, slide across the ground and then fly up in the air. I think that'd be a really interesting innovation. And with that, I think it could make for some really cool puzzles within the platform levels. And if not so much puzzles within the level itself, maybe it could make for some really challenging star coins. Like, you have to have two specific power-ups that you can get in that level to get the star coin. I think that would be a really cool addition. I'd also like to see a super hard difficulty mode. Now, as you probably know, Mario games are really not that difficult. In fact, they're so easy that the newer ones offer a super easy mode where the game basically plays itself and you are just like, yeah, the game did it, I'm good. How about no, Nintendo? Let's go with a super hard difficulty level. Why haven't we seen something like that? And when I say super hard, maybe don't include power-ups, make the enemies take extra hits, get rid of the one-ups, something like that. And maybe you get like extra points or some sort of achievement for completing levels in super hard difficulty, or the whole game in super hard difficulty. You can get some interesting rank or something like that. I'd love to see that. Another thing that needs to happen, different themed worlds. Now, as we all know, Mario sticks with the hill theme, the desert, the snow, the castle. It just goes on and on and on. They never really change it up. And it's really quite unfortunate. I would like to see the next 2D Mario game to have brand new themed worlds. And I've talked about this a few times in the past, but why can't they take a hint from something like Sonic? Now, I know not everyone likes Sonic games, but you can't deny that a lot of the themes that they include in their platform games are incredibly unique. I mean, Chemical Plant Zone, think about all the worlds in Sonic Rush, all those are amazing. Angel Island Zone, the casino themed worlds. I can't really think of any casino themed platform levels in a Mario game. That would be really interesting to see, actually. If there are any 2D Mario games that have a casino theme in them, you let me know in the comments, because I might have just forgotten. Also, when are we going to start seeing characters that play differently again? I mean, who remembers Super Mario Bros. 2, the Japan version, where you could have different, well, obviously you had different characters, but they all played a little differently. Mario was averaged out, Luigi had a higher jump, Toad was fast but had a really short jump, and Peach could float. I'd like to bring that back. That would be so cool. I mean, Mario 3D World did that, which was fantastic. I'd like to see that for the next 2D Mario game. It's kind of inexcusable that we don't see that in the future. Now, this is a bit of a stretch, but what if you had the ability to unlock character abilities? So let's say you played as a certain character and you got, I don't know, a certain amount of coins, or you beat a level in a certain amount of time, then you can unlock an ability. And what this ability can do can give you the power to jump a little higher or run just a little bit faster, maybe something like that. And I think the tweaks should be extremely minor, but it would be really cool to see maybe the game sped run where people have all the characters with their character abilities completely leveled up. It'd be really sweet to see a speed run of characters just plowing through the levels. And I think it'd be fun to just play in general. I think it would make the characters feel a little different, but, not too different. Also, let's talk about the online modes. They haven't been doing it when they really should have for New Super Mario Bros. U, New Super Luigi U, and Super Mario 3D World. I want to see online co-op with your friends with voice chat. At least have voice chat with friends. Why can't I play a 2D Mario game with my friend online while talking to him online? Why is this so difficult, Nintendo? Maybe hundreds upon hundreds of games are doing this nowadays. People want this. It's not, obviously it's not the same as couch local multiplayer, but it's the next best thing, and I'd like to start seeing that implemented into the games. And I know with new Super Mario Bros. U, yeah, there was a little bit of online features, but it wasn't playing the actual game online, which is what I thought it was originally going to be when I heard there was going to be some online compatibility. So I'd like to see that with the next 2D Mario game. That really just needs to happen at this point. It's completely overdue. And you know another thing I'm getting really tired of seeing? The same bosses over and over and over again. I am so sick of playing as, or not playing as, but fighting Boom Boom, Bowser Jr., the Koopalings, and you know, I don't have a problem with fighting Bowser because he's the main antagonist, but seriously, why aren't we getting brand new bosses? Now, of course, Super Mario 3D World did offer a few new bosses. The Mario Galaxy games all have very awesome bosses, and Mario Sunshine had great bosses and stuff, but in terms of the 2D Mario games, we haven't seen too much of anything different. Now, New Super Mario Bros. On the DS was great. That had a lot of really unique world bosses, and I want to see that return. And on top of that, I think the bosses should start using Powerups. Now, we saw this in Mario 3D World at the end, where Bowser would use the cat suit and the double cherry, and I'd like to see just the end world bosses using that. Maybe even, just imagine this. A boss takes more than 3 hits to kill. Maybe you could take like 3 to 4 hits, and then that's halfway through, and then after that, the boss uses a power-up to make it more difficult. Now, how awesome would that be? I'm so sick of the easy bosses. I'm so sick of just the same bosses. Please, new bosses. Please, I'm begging you. And the final thing this should add is unlockable music. Now, there is hundreds upon hundreds of fantastic Mario songs, and they just don't get old. They're very catchy, and they're all ingrained in our minds for probably the rest of our lives. But wouldn't it be cool to be able to unlock music for brand new, well, not for brand new levels, but for previous levels that you played? For an example, whenever I play a new 2D Mario game, I basically just play through it. I don't try to get the star coins or anything like that. I just plow through it. And then I go through a second time to collect all the star coins. So I think it would be cool if you could unlock music along the way to kind of just change up what everything sounds like. And those are pretty much my ideas for a new 2D Mario game. I really don't know if they're going to do any of that. I mean, if anything, I think it's going to be a good 5 years probably before we see a brand new 2D Mario game, whether it's on the new 3DS or the Nintendo NX or whatever that console will be called. So I hope that at least a couple of these things that I've talked about today are implemented. I really hope that's the case. I just don't think it's going to happen, sadly. But what do you think is going to happen for the next 2D Mario game? Do you think they're just going to stick with the same old formula and not really change anything, just give us new levels? Or do you think they're going to really spice it up for once, really make some big changes like they did with Super Mario Bros. 3 like, 30 years ago? So that's about it. Please feel free to like or dislike this video. I'm cool with whatever you choose. Hop on that bandwagon and follow that Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Tumblr. I will talk to you all later. Peace out.